Michael Lewis wrote a book, Big Short. The main message of the book is, despite their master of the universe image, investing professionals often fail to understand the risk of the asset they trade in, with awful social consequences. Steve Eisman had cut his teeth on Wall Street in the 1980s, writing reports on a new breed of financial company specializing in housing loans for people with little earnings history or collateral and who did not qualify for government mortgage guarantee. Eisman thought that this subprime market was a natural response to growing income inequality and serve a social purpose by helping poorer Americans pay less for their debt. The subprime loan companies were another matter. Thanks to market in mortgage bonds, which pooled thousands of mortgages into securities which could be bought and sold. People were taken in by loans offer which would allow them to pay off their car loans and credit card loans as they mortgaged, but the interest rate on offer was just a teaser rate, low for a couple of years, then suddenly shooting up. At this point, many people could no longer cope with the repayment. Eisman gave a name to the consumer finance and subprime system, Fuck the Poor. His team heard of migrant Mexican strawberry pickers with an income of $14,000 being given over $700,000 to buy a house, no money down. Eisman's nanny, no less, was offered loan to buy several houses in Queens, New York. In the 1990s, subprime lending had averaged 20 to 30 billion a year. In 2000, it was 130 billion. By 2005, it had reached 625 billion, and 507 billion of this was converted into mortgage bonds. Yet now, floating interest rate instead of fixed ones made the chances of default much higher. The 1930s saw a house price collapse of 80%. Another collapse was coming in 2007 and 8, he wrote, which could wipe half the value from American real estate. It was a brilliant price of financial engineering built on a lie. For if the housing market soared, the structure of subprime loans ensured that defaults would come not in a trickle but a tidal wave. In early April 2007, New Century, the biggest subprime lender in the United States, filed for bankruptcy.